Books are our best friends because they help us experience life from a very different perspective. The kind of imagery that books help us develop are unexplainable. My experiences of book reading have been fabulous. It has taken me from the unfathomable depths of the ocean to the unmeasurable reaches of outer space. One of my favorite authors is R K Narayan, and today I'm going to be reading out a chapter from this book which is called Malgudi School Days. It's a byproduct of Malgudi Days. Let me read out a chapter and let us see his beautiful way of describing things and working. This is one of the chapters which is called Swami's Grandmother. In the ill-ventilated dark passage between the front hall and the dining room, Swaminathan's grandmother lived with all her belongings, which consisted of an elaborate bed made of 5 carpets, 3 bed sheets and 5 pillows, a square box made of jute fiber, and a small wooden box containing copper coins, cardamoms and cloves. After the night meal, with the head on Granny's lap, nestling close to her, Swaminathan felt very snug and safe in the faint atmosphere of cardamom and cloves. "Oh, Granny!" he cried ecstatically. "You don't know what a great fellow Rajam is." He told her the story of the first enmity between Rajam and money and their subsequent friendship. "You know, he has a real police dress," said Swaminathan. "Is it? What does he want a police dress for?" asked Granny. "His father is the police superintendent. He is the master of every policeman here." Granny was impressed. She said that it must be a tremendous office instead. She then recounted the days when her husband, Swaminathan's grandfather, was a powerful sub-magistrate, in which office he made the police force tremble before him and the fiercest dacoits of the place flee. Swaminathan waited impatiently for her to finish the story, but she went on, rambled and confused, mixed up various incidents that took place at different times. "That will do, Granny," he said ungraciously. "Let me tell you something about Rajam. Do you know how many marks he gets in arithmetics?" "He gets all the marks. Does he, child?" asked Granny. "No, silly. He gets 90 marks out of 100. "Good. But you must also try to get marks like him. You know, Swami, your grandfather used to frighten the examiners with his answers sometimes. When he answered a question, he did it in a tenth of a time that others took to do it. And then his answers would be so powerful that his teachers would give him 200 marks sometimes. When he passed his FA, he got such a big medal. I wore it as a pendant for years till..." "When did I remove it?" "Yes, when your aunt was born." No, it wasn't your aunt. It was when your father was born. I remember on the 10th day of the confinement." No. I was right. It was when your aunt was born." "Where is that medal now?" "I gave it to your aunt and she melted it and made 4 bangles out of it." "The fool! And such flimsy bangles too. I have always maintained that she is the worst fool in her family." "Oh, enough, Granny. You go on bothering about old unnecessary stories. What do you hear about Rajam?" Yes, dear, yes. "Granny, when Rajam was a small boy, he killed a tiger." "Indeed? The brave little boy?" "You're saying it just to please me. You don't believe it." Swaminathan started to tell the story enthusiastically. Rajam's father was camping in a forest. He had his son with him. 2 tigers came upon them suddenly, one knocking down Rajam's father from behind, The other began chasing Rajam, who took shelter behind a bush and shot it dead with his gun. Granny, are you asleep? Swaminathan asked at the end of the story. No, dear, I am listening. Let me see. Let me see. How many tigers came upon? How many? About 2 tigers on Rajam, said Granny. Swaminathan became indignant at his grandmother's inaccuracy. Here I am going on horse telling you important things and you fall asleep and imagine all sorts of nonsense. I am not going to tell you anything anymore. I know why you are so different. You hate Rajan. No. He is a lovely little boy, Granny said with conviction. Though she had never seen Rajan, Swaminathan was pleased. Next moment, a new doubt assailed him. Granny, probably you don't believe the tiger incident, I believe every word of it, my dear, Granny said soothingly. Swaminathan was pleased, but added as a warning, he would shoot anyone who called him a liar. Granny expressed her approval at this attitude and then begged leave to start the story of Harish Chandra, who, just to be true to his word, lost his throne, wife and child, and got them all back in the end. She was halfway through it when Swaminathan's rhythmic snoring punctuated her narration and she lay down to sleep. Now, this is actually a fabulous book to read. The connectivity of stories are just fantastic. So if you have time, dear students, this is the book, Malgudi School Days by R K Narayan.